Actually, before the final part of this podcast, I also asked ChatGPT step by step on how to write a poem, and this is what came up. Here are the steps to write a poem. Choose a theme or subject. The first step in writing a poem is to choose a theme or subject that you want to write about. This could be anything from nature, love, loss, or even a personal experience. 2. Brainstorm ideas. Once you have chosen a theme, start brainstorming ideas and thoughts related to it. Write down any words, phrases, or images that come to mind. 3. Experiment with different forms. Poetry comes in many different forms, including sonnets, haikus, free verse, and more. Experiment with different forms to see which one feels the most natural for your subject and ideas. Next step, play with language. Poetry is all about the language, so play with the words and try different combinations until you find the right ones to convey your message. Use metaphors, similes, personification, and other literary devices to add depth and meaning to your poem. And then write the first draft. With your ideas and language in place, start writing the first draft of your poem. Don't worry about making it perfect, just focus on getting your thoughts down on paper. And of course, the next step is revise and refine. Once you have completed the draft, take some time to revise and refine your poem. Read it out loud, make any necessary edits, and keep refining until you are happy with the final result. And of course, share your work. Finally, share your poem with others. Share it with friends, family, and even submit it to poetry contests or magazines. This feedback, the feedback you receive, can help you grow as a poet and improve your craft. And also added to that, you can actually put it up on social media. You can put it up on Twitter. You can have a blog. You can even like write little chat books. I'll explain those later. And it continues on. ChatGPT continues on in the last step. Remember, writing a poem is a creative process, so be open to new ideas and don't be afraid to take risks. Above all, have fun with it. Now, many of the things I agree with ChatGPT. Revising, refining, sharing your work, having fun, playing with language. I would also add to this, use a journal, some type of journal. You can either have a regular one subject paper notebook and a comfortable pen. Writers love their pens. There are certain pens that a writer would just prefer to use because it feels good in their hand. But writing it in your journal and writing the first drafts in your journal, and when you revise a poem, wait a little while. Don't revise it right away. Just let it sit and brew and come back to it. That's why it's also good to put your poem into some type of journal, whether it be a one subject notebook or a online notebook app. I actually use one of those online notebook apps more so. I think it's called Writer T. I like that one because it shows me the word count, and I just love to see word count. Most of my podcasts, they're over 1,000 words. So, but anyways, yeah, have fun with the language. Now, getting to... Oh, wait a second. I'll come back with the last part of the last part of this podcast.